Hi guys, I am out at the pool right now with my baby and my niece and my hubby, but I wanted to quickly chat real fast just about man, life, right? And trust and people and family and friendship and just all the things. I think it's important to stay connected to people who are genuine, who have pure motives, who have your best interests at heart. I think it's extremely, extremely important, right? But I also believe that when you are being private about a certain topic and you trust yourself enough to know that you're not ready maybe to disclose certain things, I feel like you say to yourself, against my better judgment, I allowed someone in my space when I wasn't ready to release private information about my pregnancy, which was that I was pregnant and that I was carrying my son. I let a person in my space who had already breached trust with me before. This individual did it a second time. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So I take accountability. Shouldn't have been in my space. At the same time, I believe that people are deserving of second chances. So there's that. But know that trust is vulnerable, right? Like it's an area of vulnerability. Because if you have the mindset like I have, like, oh, people are deserving of second chances, and you are opening yourself up to that vulnerability. So they may be deserving of second chances, but guess what? They may break trust again. And that's exactly what happened in my experience, but that's not always the experience that happens. So be encouraged though to trust yourself and to trust your judgment. So instead of it being a situation of against your better judgment, this happened, it can be because of my judgment, this did not happen. Right now, I'm still healing from so many things in terms of breach and trust with me from different people. I'm definitely not a perfect Patty. I do want to say that I have worked on myself for a very long time, and this work is not in vain, because I know one thing I know for sure is that when you put in a work, you reap the reward. I just want y'all to be encouraged today to understand that what's in you matters, and what's, when you feel a certain way, you are not crazy. That your intuition, if it's knocking at your door, it's probably a reason for that. That discernment, if it's telling you not to do a certain thing, it's probably a reason for that. You might want to trust that. When I was pregnant, I knew this individual should not have visited us. I knew it. And guess what? When we gave birth to our son, we found out the truth, that she had revealed our pregnancy to people. She shared something that we didn't even get a chance to share first. We should have been the first people to share that. But guess what? People had already known, and I should have just stayed private with the pregnancy, which I tried my hardest to. This was literally in our 8th month of pregnancy, y'all. This was not at the beginning. I had been like put up for 8 whole months. I didn't release the pregnancy with my son until he was already born. And I did that. That was very intentional. Even some of the people who are most closest to me had no idea until I made a Facebook post. That's what happens when you have had a loss as big as ours, a stillbirth. Prior to our son being born, we had another son named Ashton, and he was born stillborn at 34 weeks. And because of that, it's even more sensitive why we did things the way that we did things. We were very strategic on how we did things with our son Alan. We didn't want people to know. We didn't want people to have room for assumptions. We didn't want the stress, any of that. With our first baby, Ashton, same thing happened. And that sent me on a stressful journey. When this individual told our news, shared something that wasn't meant for them to share with the pregnancy of our son, I got so mad, y'all. I was heated. I was pissed off. I immediately called this person. It was not pretty. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was not my most proudest moment. It wasn't my best moment, but guess what? I said what I said. It was a stressful situation. And not that this conversation caused me to lose him, but I'm just making a point that it became stress-induced. And everybody know how important it is to stay stress-free during a pregnancy. And guess what? We lost our baby toward the end of that. Like, it was bad. And so one of the reasons why we didn't say anything to anybody when I was pregnant with Alan is because of stuff like that. We wanted to stay away from stress-induced environments. We wanted a stress-free zone when it came to Alan. We knew that we had to protect him. We knew that it was our responsibility and our job to get him here healthy. And I wanted to stay healthy during the whole pregnancy. I wanted to make sure that we had all the things we needed, that he was safe in me, that I was eating good, that, you know, I was like emotionally okay, that I was mentally okay, that my mind was healthy, my body, just all of that, right? The whole 9 yards. I wanted to make sure. And so we concealed the pregnancy. It was less about secrecy and more about privacy. That's what I always tell people. Because it wasn't personal, like, oh, you didn't know because of this, then the third. It wasn't even like that at all. It was really just that, man, I'm going through my grief journey still, and I gotta hold my breath until he take his first breath. And this is what we gonna do. So I had appointments every single week. I had the best OB in town, if you ask me, the best fetal maternal specialist in town. It was amazing. Like, honestly, the pregnancy itself felt so light. Like, because people didn't know about the pregnancy, I felt complete. I felt light on my feet every day. There was no stress at all. I didn't deal with people. I didn't go places. I didn't do any of that, y'all. When I tell you I was just at home, like my husband was going to work, I was at home. I did not work the whole pregnancy. Like, I was at home chilling. I was relaxing. It was a stress-free zone. I was happy. I went to appointments every single week, multiple times a week. I had a sonogram every single week to hear my baby's heartbeat from the time that I was pregnant, from the time I found out I was pregnant, all the way up into delivery. I had a sonogram every single week, multiple times a week. When I turned like about around the 28-week mark, I think I had a sonogram 2 to 3 times a week. Yes, because we need to make sure. I had twice a week, yeah, because one from my OB and one from fetal maternal specialist. Yes. And so it was that. But you guys, just be encouraged, y'all, to trust what is in you, especially when it comes to pregnancy. If certain people should not know about it because you're just not comfortable with it, you need to keep that to yourself. One of the things, you know, the price that you probably gonna pay, you can't go around everybody. You can't, you know, talk or speak to everybody. You can't let people around you. You can't let people in your space, because if those people find out, you know how people are nosy, they gonna look at you and all of that. And if you are showing the way that I was showing, my belly was huge. It was no hiding that. Not a big t-shirt, not a robe, not a nothing. It was no hiding that. And so if you know that people can't hold water, don't come around. Stay to yourself. Rest so that that baby can be healthy. Rest so that you can be healthy. Rest so that your mind can be healthy. Your emotions can be healthy. All of that. You need to do it. You need to do it. If you ever needed a sign as to why you are important, and maybe it's not pregnancy related. Maybe this is just like your sign to trust your judgment and trust your intuition. Here is that for you. Because at the end of the day, what matters is you. If you guys hear people in the background, we are at the pool, and I just needed to say this because I'm like, it's so heavy on my heart. Trust your intuition. Trust your judgment. Anyway, but y'all, I am making this video to say this. When it comes to trust, on your part and on other people's part, know that trust is earned. Know that trust is earned. If people open up to you and they share important information with you, private information with you, be that person that can keep a secret. Be that person that can hold water. Because if you break trust, it's so hard to get that back. How about we allow people to grieve where they may? And how about we allow people to go through their journey and to submit to the process without assumptions? How about we try to actually give people the benefit of the doubt, especially when they're in their grief? And however long the journey of grief is, how about we let that journey run its own course and we give people time? Because with grief, you need time. I feel like we're as healed is gonna get. But we literally only can learn to better cope. That's it. I'm at the pool if you guys see my swimsuit. But we literally can only learn to cope better with our grief. It never goes away, but we can learn to cope better. So these coping mechanisms, we're mastering those. The journey and the process of grief, though, we're just letting that do its own thing. We're letting it run its course. When it comes to family, I literally have so much experience in this department. It's literally not even funny. Dysfunctional, toxicity, happiness, joy, gratitude, all the things, right? But not just the good, not just the bad, all of it. And it's very normal for it to be like, for it to not feel whole at moments, for it to feel heavy at moments, for it to feel completely whole and healthy at moments as well. But I think the full scope is this: you want people around you who love you for who you are. You want people around you who are going to be solid, who are going to stand with you, good or bad, thick or thin. We are sitting here at the pool, just enjoying a day of peace and quiet. Hello, Alan. Look at this boy of mine. Are we gonna get in the pool? Yeah, my baby got a whale. It's not his, but he's so obsessed with it. He's like, look at this whale. I can't wait to take you to swim with the dolphins. Yeah, I'm sitting at the pool right now, and these kids are just playing freely, just enjoying time with one another. And it got me thinking about life and being grateful for what you have, where you are, good or bad, just finding gratitude in the small things. Today was a day where I thought so much about my baby. I made like a reel on Instagram, and it was a reel of my current son, Alan, but my firstborn. I thought about him so much, and I literally said to myself, like, I remember feeling hopeless, but losing a baby puts it in your mind that maybe you did something wrong, or maybe something is wrong with your body. I remember those thoughts, and I remember hopelessness at its best. But yeah, when I tell you I'm here to remind you, that no matter where you are, and no matter how hard things get or how hard things feel, that you are capable of digging yourself out of the muck and the mire, because I did. And I did it during a time where I didn't think I could. I didn't think nobody understood. I lost a bunch of relationships and family ships with people because of where I was and the lack of understanding thereof. But I'm here to say to you today, hope is the one thing that you can hold on to. Just believing that things will get better. They will. They will. Y'all, look at my baby. Whoa. Are you riding the whale? Alan. Ooh, look at this big boy. My son is a big boy, y'all. He is the big boy. He really is. Yeah, I know you do. He's so fearless. I just hope that I can only hope, right? That I can be this fearless. He's so little, and he's in the water. He's unafraid of the water. He's waiting for his space to open up at the swim school so he can go to Aqua Tots. And he's just waiting for space to open up, but because it's a certain location that I want him to be at. In the meantime, mommy been teaching him all that she knows, and my baby just been enjoying the water and picking up on the things that I know, that we know, and yeah, he's just doing so good. I'm holding my baby. There's my niece in the water.